Jøra, he needs to be put away. Kaya balefully stares out from her bubble of light, fists clenched and teeth set. Lilith clings to her waist, looking blankly at the bloody wreck, panting on the stone floor. For an instant, Lilith looks as Arin did, peering at you from that stinking warehouse in Baranue. What do you do?
Jøra picks up Arin, hoists him onto her shoulder, and then I guess is going to follow Kaya to wherever they're taking the body.
Kaya does not leave the protective bubble of force.
Oh, where she points.
Instead, she gestures with her free hand. 4 down on the right. She will not move.
Jøra, I think, walks solemnly down to that door. Could you, for me, like from my brain, just describe like what those like closets are? Like it's just like little storage closets that are all...
It looks like smooth stone.
Yeah.
But looking now there is this dim light from this shimmering force that protects Kaya and Lilith at the moment, there is this dim light peering through just enough that you can see faint seams in between what must be the individual storage cells. And as Kaya did before, if you put your hand on one of them and push it to the side, it slides silently, lightly, much lighter than stone would, as you think, but this is clearly stone.
Then Jøra will do as she's seen, slide it to the side and gently put Arin down in it, this crumpled man.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's like a very sobering thing, I think, that is happening to some extent for Jøra.
As he pants on the ground, clutching his broken limbs to himself, looking up.
Like he's looking up at her?
Yeah.
Great. Rest, Captain. I will ensure you will see the light again. And is going to slide the dark door over it and put him in complete darkness, which is just a horrible thought.
The last light you see is the one reflected in his eyes, and even that goes dark as you shut him in the warehouse.
And I think she stands there and looks at what is very likely a red blood print on the white surface of this slab. And I think she stands there for like a moment, and if anyone is nearby, right, just the breathing starts to like pick up. And like the muscles in the back like start to tense. And I think to herself, she just looks at that blood print and thinks, perhaps the men of Ash are too weak for this thing. And she's gonna wipe some of the blood from the cuts that Arin has given her. She's gonna take her hands and put them both almost like she's praying at the top of like the crown of her forehead. And as she's just breathing and like gritting her teeth, if Andrew had his druthers, the God of War main theme for God of War 4 would start playing in this moment because it's the exact music quality that I'm looking for.
I'll find some cool shit.
And I know you will, Joe, but I just want the listeners to know like that's what's in your head. That's my swan song in my soul right now.
We're still waiting to hear back from Bear about that one.
Yeah, no, we'll talk. I'll send him an email. No, she places her hands almost like a prayer at the crown of her head and is just going to bring that red blood down across her forehead, over her eyes, diagonally down over the jaw. It's 2 diagonal blood swaths over her face in a sort of war paint. And then she is beelining to Kaya Scipio.
MacGowan, they're plantain chips.
Fuck! I think he just like picks some up and just throws a handful of them against the wall.
They shatter like plantain chips would. They're dusty, edible crackers.
Right, well, that's not it. Well, where is it? Where are they? Where the fuck are they? And he's just like looking around for anything that he can use in this place, and anything of, you know, whatever this cure is that Kai's talked about. It must be around here somewhere, so just keep looking. You
pace back and forth, looking down the corridor where the chuckling, horrifying man continues to lay, no longer smoldering from his eye socket as the bolt of fiery energy has extinguished. Souls. Surely it's down here, somewhere in this dim. You have dark vision, but it's so strange. As you move throughout this place, you can't see beyond the 60 feet. It's just as though you are in this dark, enveloping shroud until you step over the plinth again. And again, you have that feeling of connectedness, that feeling that you are attached to something. And I think it stops you for a second. This, at least, is a ping. It is something, not just endless walls of stone underground in the dark without your hands.
Now, where I'm at, did you say the wall got busted open and there was somebody else inside there that was looking?
J. Cicero, calmly looking through the busted wall on the other side of where this confrontation with Arin happened. He has not moved yet, but he is peering through the broken wall. He had clearly been stalled by Kaya, put in there.
It gives me great discomfort, and MacGowan, I think that he is going to take this moment away from the plinth and recognizing that whatever this is that's happening over here could be something else dangerous and wants to deal with that before going back to find a cure. So if I can, I would love for MacGowan to attempt to, through a combination of mold earth and mending, fix that hole in this stone wall to try to put that back together and block them back off before he goes back to trying to do what he was doing. Just solve that problem so he doesn't have to kill this person should they turn violent.
He. As you, with less effort than you've ever spent in your life from this plinth, reach into the earth, and the rocks literally knit shut. It is as though you have extended a line of force out from this plinth to this thing, and it is healed from afar. And again, this feeling of connectedness, this feeling that from this, you may reach out. You feel as though you are standing atop a beam, line, a ley line of force.
As I do that to mend that hole in the wall, is there any change in the statue again?
None.
I would like to just attempt to feel the ground and just try to feel where this line of force is going. This, get some sense of direction of where it could lead, what it might take us to, whether it seems as though it's going out or further into the belly of the beast.
Frantic as you have been in this sort of survival sort of mode, you fix this door and block in J. Cicero as he says, he, and then as you reach back into the force below your feet, all of that frantic energy is washed away. You are just MacGowan, sitting on top of this plinth, this carving of this 1,000-leaved tree. And the blood and confusion around you takes on a dreamlike quality, much less real than that which you are connected to. Kaya is calling down the hall, some conversation with Jøra, gesturing from her iridescent dome of force. But the stone beneath your feet, the ley lines of force that lead out from it to the golem next to you, to the door that you just mended, that is what is real. Give me an Arcana check with advantage.
Arcana's going to be a 14.
This deep line of force below you connects to other lines, other nexuses, other plinths, you're pretty sure, feeling as though through a limb that you did not know you had. You can feel it connect to this golem, but the golem is the least of it. It connects elsewhere in this world. Below everything, a massive connection center. Below. Geographically, underneath where you guys are now.
And it goes down, and the force seems to go straight down to it, or there's a line that we could follow through a hull that would eventually lead down?
Lines.
Excellent.
Networks. One leads almost directly east, another one east and to the south. It seems as though it is almost like nodes in a network. But all of them seem to lead in some way down.
Got it.
And below that, with your 14, a massive line of force leading north, straight north. The first of many proposed agricultural centers on the roads of the Kingdom of Us. Ma'at floats there, gently floating up and down on some invisible tide. It peers around as though recognizing its surroundings for the first time. And you.
Is it agricultural, this?
A farmstead. A production facility for the Empire. Or what would be the Empire.
Which empire?
What would have been the Empire of Usar. The portfolio of the Prince of Usar. Ordained divine provider. The one who shall feed the world. Should have fed the world, I suppose. Najma, what are you doing?
Did I see, that Lilith saw kind of like the aftermath?
Staring at it with
Okay.
that look on her face, and I think you recognize it from that awful day in the desert with Shell.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna walk over there and cast Minor Illusion and do a bunch of different falling stars, like shooting stars, sort of, just bouncing around her. And I think I'm just gonna sign at her and say, "You are afraid of what you do not know, but these stars sometimes do fall. Sometimes they fall out of sky and into heart." And I just want to touch her little heart.
She is within the dome of force,
Oh, I can't touch her.
You come up against the dome, and Kaya instinctively moves in front. Infuriatingly, probably.
Mm-hmm.
You said Chell was dead. Tell me what happened. Is Marek dead? Did you kill him?
No.
Is that Marek down there?
Maybe. Is he a small little man?
Is he dead?
Well, yes.
I told you, we could put them away. They just wait. Is he dead? Is he actually dead?
Well, I did not do it, to be fair.
You barbarians.
Not the big lady, the little lady. Not a lady. Okay, it was the dwarf man. You're not dwarf.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Please tell me how my teacher died.
Oh, he taught you.
Chell, all of them were my teachers, but Chell, how did Chell die? Is she actually dead?
Joe, you're gonna say no. Can I minor illusion in like paintings of what happened?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Great.
I'm not going to say no to that.
Why would he say no to that?
I
Brooke,
think.
can you paint me that picture?
Yeah, she's stressing out.
Yeah.
Right? I think I want to put my head against the field and kind of like really look at her and then like finger paint it on the force field, but it's just an illusion of paint. It's a lot of like dirt browns falling out of the sky. And I do think like recalling it is making Najma like there's just tears flowing.
Her as well.
Brown of them falling out of the sky and red like arrows shooting at them.
Yeah.
And then just like a black hole and then falling through it and then just like red like blood trickling down.
Oh.
And then like Chell's face to a T. I think like a lavender hue around her, and then her like turning into a daisy on the floor.
And the way that you closed her eyes and prayed over her. Kaya sees that as well. And she is just, if you're crying, she's crying. Probably Lilith is crying as well. This shared knowledge of this old woman who is dead. And after a second, Kaya straightens up, no longer seeming like she's about to snap. What happened? The arrows, was there an attack? What happened?
Yes, we were at my family's circus, and these people came and they chased us with horse and meanness. And
Oh, wait, what?
wait.
From when? Wait, whoa, when? An army? Are you referring to an army?
I think so. I
An
do not
army
know.
came?
Yes.
Where was? Oh God, I need to talk to Piero. Do you? Oh God.
Put my hand on the force
Yes.
field, and I just want to say to her, you have an anima frici, and it gives you a cap d'honneur. And that's Romanian, friends.
Ooh.
You have a heart of fear, and it's giving you a head of cloud.
I think she knows that. Like she knows the language at least that much that she can infer what it is that you just said, and she stops.
I need to find Piero. That is from Chell, but I do not know these things.
Piero? Piero is my immediate commander.
I have this from Chell, and I show her the bag. And this is what I have to get to him.
Kaya drops her shield. She reaches for the bag, and it glows. A silvery rune burns in the side of what was plain leather. It drops to the ground. This perfect circle of burning quicksilver drops from the side of the bag and onto the ground. Above it appears a small figure, an old woman, messy hair and craggy face, a transparent, limbed image of light, of Chell, the witch. Baran Army, 3,000, full complement, moving east, jamming comms. A small figure joins this little image, a miniature Lilith. Hi, dearie. Could you get my bag, sweet child? Then your sister is going to take us... And it cuts out. Help me, Obi-Wan.
I was like, wait, what?
MacGowan.
I don't know how much of any of the rest of this he's heard as he's like taken this time to really try to map out in his brain, using his dwarven knowledge of, architecture, stonework and everything. Like he is attempting the best that he can to map out the way through this place. Especially I think taking note of whatever this large central node is that seems to be the center of things.
I think it's a dreamlike thing. Everything else, this conversation, Jøra now walking with purpose, blood smeared on her face, all of these things take on a less important, less focused, less featured vibe as you are instead spiraling out into this realness, this web of force. And Ma'at continues to float next to you in this sort of hesitant way, a way that is not quite familiar for what you've seen from Ma'at. And as you begin to map out this node, give me another Arcana check, not with advantage this time.
19.
You focus on it, on that big node, whatever it is.
I'm on my hands and knees, and I think that his hands are actually digging into the plinth, sort of like Play-Doh, almost like clay, just squeezing it, even though it is this hard stone, as he continues to focus and hone in.
Ma'at gets down on their hands and knees as well, fingers on the stone. The root. That's the root. MacGowan, that is the root, that which binds the prince. Oh, the prince. You look up, and where there were hands just for a moment, where there never have been before, is just Ma'at in the cloak. That inky blackness within, those blue eyes. That's the root, that which binds him and traps me too. If I pass beyond the collar, I cannot, I dissolve, MacGowan. I dissolve. I cannot hold any form at all. I cannot hold my mind, even this one.
Aye, Ma'at.
This vision in a cloak gazes down at their own empty sleeves. For a second, there is again that shadow of arms, of a body, even a face, and then, again, just shadows. Dissolution. I think I understand the Prince Eden's rage. It is not right, but it is understandable. I too have lost my hands, my form, but I, out under the sun and the moon and in fulfillment of my duties, but to be trapped here, alone, in the wreckage of Empire, MacGowan. Alone for so long.
Ma'at, and MacGowan reaches out his hand, toward this ghostly figure. Ma'at can either, accept the hand or not.
Greedily, a hand comes out and passes right through.
MacGowan just holds it there anyway for them if they choose to place it there.
Yeah, weightlessly, lightly, hand on.
Ma'at, you must forgive me. I am just now beginning to feel that I have a clearer head.
MacGowan, I am just now beginning to feel that I have a clearer head. You must forgive me. To term you bastard, clearly of the counselor's line? Oh, it is an absolute injustice.
It is forgiven. It is forgiven.
My mind and my memories, they are far away. At times they are scattered. In falling leaves? MacGowan, across the continent, but I will tell thee this while I may. We were among the counselors of Us, the prince and I, and an ancestor of yours. We entered into a pact with our emperor in service of his holy vision, and in doing so we tied ourselves to forces beyond our ken. Ma'at gestures to a vine, which blackens and withers into dust. And we dissolved. Over time,
Aye.
We dissolved. Even to speak to thee is unimaginable labor. Gathering, writing history on a scroll 100,000 leagues away. Looking into the darkness of this hood as you are holding out your hand to this troubled spirit, it's like looking upon a vast black ocean, gentle and cold.
Now, Ma'at, you say it is effort for you to exist, for you to be here. You say you dissolved. For us to take the king back, will you dissolve completely? Is that what freedom is? For you to be unbound?
I know not what will happen when the pact is... If we succeed. But the ills of the world are our doing, MacGowan. Whether directly through the prince's mad designs, or because my lord's holy mission failed and left the world to this barbarism. To return the royal blood to Usar is the only way to untie the knot, and I am tied now here at the root, trapped by my emperor's child.
Aye, trapped by your emperor's child, so you say that this root, that the prince is trapped, tied to it.
The prince.
This is what you said, yes?
The prince. Traitor that he is, yes.
Aye.
Ma'at begins to straighten up in some way, and begins to float in the more standard way that you are familiar with.
Ma'at, are you saying that if we are able to cut this root, that the prince will be free, that you will be no longer bound to this place, and we can continue on?
You must leave me, or else free us both. But nothing is resolved until Menno lies in his everlasting tomb.
Well then, I suppose we'll just have to cut this root and end this whole thing, so that we can live to find a way out of here. And do that.
Thank you, bastard. MacGowan. Thank you, MacGowan. Oh, 100 punishments upon my own head. And it is far back to like that standard kind of fading in and out of
this more like,
understanding.
Aware,
Yes.
understanding. Yes, in and out of the standard, and then, this more of an awakened state. Yes. I'm picking up what you're putting down. MacGowan just places a hand on Ma'at's, spectral shoulder. Whether it makes any sort of contact or not, he, sort of pats it in a way that just gives that sense of, something, tangible there.
Yeah.
And then goes over to everybody else.
Solitude is no excuse for treason. Ma'at floats after you. Jøra, you come upon Kaya, shield down, next to Najma. I think on the floor, honestly, going through that bag.
You mage.
She immediately stands up and puts her hand in her pocket. Yes?
Where's the slave master live? The thing.
The source.
Where is it?
The controller. I have a guess. Cut 2.
Star wipe.
Marek lifted the slabs. Then, he and his familiar scouted the main stair. Then Marius, Argus, and I proceeded down the stair into the entrance chamber. She sketches with her staff, silvery lines laying out a basic floor plan. When everything went bad, I saw something in the eastern chambers, something orange. You've seen the pollen that these things produce, yes?
Yes.
The infection. Something of that hue.
So this is your guess, to the east.
To the east is what I saw. I don't know what it was, but it was large, luminous, and orange, just like the spores.
Do you know anything else of the east?
Of the east, Argus blocked the way, but I don't...
Before the way was blocked.
My leader, Marius, meant to search the northern hall, but we were separated when... If you are looking to kill this thing, to end it, it is either in the eastern hall or the northern.
You're looking in the room. Is Arn's axe in the room?
It is.
She's going to go pick up that axe and heft it over her shoulder. She's going to turn to, I assume, everybody that's in the room.
Hawa, Najma, MacGowan, Kaya, and Ma'at floating there placidly.
I am going to kill this thing. That is where I will be. I do not know that I can do it alone. If you wish to join, I would gladly accept it. It changes not if I go or not, though. But I am going now. There is no more time, and we cannot wait. The slave master needs to die. And I'm walking.
Following after. Hey, well then I believe we should head north.
Lilith, I do not think you should come.
She signs questioningly. Where should I go? Should I hide? Stay with Kaya? Stay with Hawa? Who sits awkwardly in the corner.
Yeah, Hawa's injured. I think in that speech Jøra is not necessarily looking at Hawa. I think it's like you're staying here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hawa's pretty injured through that with that puncture wound to the leg.
Really thinks about it, though.
Really thinks about it.
Oh,
I think Hawa like pushes himself up and maybe like makes his
Jøra would literally be
push
like,
him back down.
That.
Yeah.
And I think if he does go to stand, then Jøra would literally be like, guard the captain. Do not get in his way if he escapes, but make sure that nothing comes after him.
And gratefully, he accepts this office. He goes to sit outside the captain's door.
Is Lilith like at a druid level where she can like change form?
Only as far as I've established, critters.
Like little ones.
Snakes, rats, pigeons. She was a crow, an owl.
Not a brown bear?
I have not built her to be a frontliner.
No. Kaya, you are not to come?
I feel like I might get in the way, but I do have a request. Mm-hmm. Argus, my comrade, if he's alive, if alive or dead, his pack is valuable. He was our scroll keeper. He had...
What does he look like?
Large, mailed, 1.5 polearm.
We will get it for
If
you.
he gets in my way, I cannot promise his life, but you will have his bag.
I understand. But that bag, the scrolls, and the components within...
Hey.
Even if we can't escape, we can send messages. And we can always wait in the dark.
We will escape.
Lilith was important to Chell, and I think she should be important to you.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm not letting this child get into harm's way. I'll stay with her here. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I don't want to have to kill you, but if she is hurt, I will. And I try to puff up like Jøra a little bit.
Fuck yeah.
Message received. Thank you for wording it so politely.
Kaya,
Yes.
did you wake this moon?
Moon? Wake the moon?
The slave people that big lady talks about. Did you wake the moon? Because maybe that is why your heart is filled with fear, because you waked the moon and it was still asleep. Some things are better when they sleep and they do not rise.
You should tell my superiors that.
Okay. Should I talk to your supervisor?
That is...
Hey, you should talk to the manager.
Najma
You want to talk to my manager?
Oh, you just got a new haircut.
Is it a blonde short bolt? Sorry.
Aye.
Najma, to be perfectly frank, we may have. And I know this is meaningless to you, but our intentions have always been of the highest order. It does not excuse the pain.
I touch her arm and cut her off. If Chell believes in you, I will too.
Oh my god. Thank you.
Okay, we go. And I turn.
Can after like Hawa, can Jøra have already started heading that way with MacGowan?
Yes.
Just
for
to
sure.
like start the, just not like far. I don't think it's like getting out of reach. I think it's just like pulling out of clearly a family conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, well there's
and also just being like, I'm ready. I'm out of the room.
There's an entire hallway, including the one where Arn is, that has the staircase that leads up in the pitch black dark from whence you've come. Back up to that hallway with that iridescent green light that MacGowan saw earlier.
Hey,
MacGowan, you said to the north. Why is this?
the plinth near the statue. I felt it. I felt the earth and magic. I feel the veins of this place, the lifeblood that flows through it. The largest vein is the one that heads to the north. Seems to the source.
He is heir to the counselorship of Usar.
Then that is where we will go.
Hey.
And Jøra's going to kneel down in front of MacGowan because
To get it to eye level?
it's eye level. And put just like a big old burly bear paw on the shoulder and wrap it around the back of the neck and just be like, MacGowan, you must steel yourself.
Hey.
We will need you. And if you lose control, we will not succeed.
Hey. My head is clear now.
Do not be flawed metal.
I give Lilith a kiss and I try to catch up.
We's hunting.
As we're on the hunt, though, MacGowan does reach into his bag and says, hey, take these. I just remembered that I put these in my inventory. I haven't had a moment to
Shots,
these
everybody.
things with the posse.
Shoot your shot.
Before you shoot your shot, here, take this greater potion of healing. It does 4d8 plus 4.
Yeah, but it doesn't give me key points back.
No, you're kind of fucked in that way, but take it.
Thanks.
Question, Joe.
Yes.
Just like so I know your rules because I know everybody's a little bit different on healing potions. Drinking in combat.
Uh-huh.
Action for yourself or bonus action for yourself?
I think action.
Cool. I just wanted to double
Can we
check.
not drink it now?
You can't. No. You totally can. Andrew
Oh.
was like,
In terms of action economy.
in terms of action economy for like Jøra.
The only thing, and this is such a bullshit reason to shoot that down,
Joe,
is it
it's-
would take at least 6 seconds for me to chug a flask.
To glurk it?
But how big is
to
Jøra's
fucking
neck?
Slam. It's true.
I can keg stand, motherfucker.
Wait, how
To
much?
grip and rip a Monster Energy drink. You're good.
How
It
much?
would take me
I do it
at
because
least
it's
6
Mercer's
seconds.
rules, and Mercer
Right.
does it because the party's so big.
That's
so it's
fair.
like if you use it on your turn, then it's like you're waiting
That's a
30
whole
minutes
thing.
before your turn again.
That's fair.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
gonna drink it now.
Hey, take your Monster Energy drink.
How much is it?
MacGowan is going to wait solely because of where he is below his max. It might not potentially get its full.
Well, I would-
48 plus 8?
44
plus 8.
44 plus
You know, it would
Good
help if
lord.
this was like a key point.
As you chug a lug, MacGowan also says, as we enter this chamber, if we stay close just for a moment, I can assure you that I can make your weapon able to work on whatever this is without the fire as it did before, but it should be enough to...
We are talk walking.
Yep.
Yeah, no, we're talking.
You're good. I'm just
You're drinking
like,
your Monster
I'm
Energy as we're
establishing
walking,
Jøra in
yes.
this moment.
Yeah, but that your weapon can cleave through whatever is ahead, but that I can also assist the two of you.
Oh, I am strong again. I feel good.
Aye, but still.
You are
Just-
not strong?
No, which is why I'll stay in the back, but I'll hold concentration on helping the two of you.
He is very strong. He is heir to the counselorship of Usar.
I'm a bastard. Keep going.
That is a blasphemy. As you follow.
How dare you?
That is a blasphemy.
1,000 curses fall upon your head, but don't. Yours taking point.
Yes.
I assume that our walking order, based on the knowledge of where we're going, right? I assume our walking order has to be Jøra, MacGowan, Najma, which I think makes the most sense as well. And I think it's what Jøra would sue for.
Yeah.
But like
Works
the
for me.
idea that you can tell me where I'm turning,
Yes.
but you are not in the front.
Right.
And
I'm
that
not the one
Najma
with danger sense.
can protect you if something comes from the rear.
Yeah.
Can I mind link to MacGowan really quick?
Absolutely.
MacGowan,
Hey.
big lady, she does not like slaves.
No,
No?
not in the slightest.
Because why?
She was one.
Oh, but she is not free?
That's a hard question. She does not like the slave master.
Like the ringleader.
Aye.
You are stacking up against this door, about to head back up into the main level where
Every
Kaya...
perception check known to man.
Oh, boy.
I need a passive perception from MacGowan and a perception check from you if you're in the front.
13.
20.
Behind. Kaya walks up. You've not left this level yet.
Oh,
You were
okay.
still within this labyrinth, as Andrew described, of the warehouses, on the way up the stairs to this main level.
Hey, Kaya.
Copper wire. By any means necessary, please, if you can find copper wire, all right?
We'll look.
She pats you on the shoulder
Is
and heads
Lilith
back.
with her?
No. She's in the
Already failing her job. Just kidding.
same level, I will say.
Okay, she can
It's
she
like,
can
and one
reason
more
with
thing.
that. Yeah, she's cool. I just had a minute of like, what the
You had
fuck
one
did
job.
we just say?
That green light, you slid that stone door out of place and came out on that broad, wide staircase that leads down into this particular cell of the warehouses. That chamber, you can see it. It stretches out. This must be that central chamber that Kaya sketched very briefly in the dirt. Green, dim green light. And as you approach, it opens up magnificently. There are glowing green pustules on massive tree trunk growths, and from this light you see an impressive sight, this stone chamber, tall and broad, with a magnificent spiral staircase in the center, leading upwards. Leafy vines, skittering with small, unrecognizable things, flashes of plant flesh, Jøra, even small things like a chipmunk or a squirrel and a small spider. These things lurch through the underbrush and viney vegetation that covers the walls and floor of this chamber.
Do the animals move naturally?
With your perception check, yes. They are moving in a way that befits a chipmunk or a spider to move. Cool. They are not herky-jerky or even particularly driven in one direction.
Cool.
Though
They're
it
not
is-
being marionetted.
at the moment. Most impressive, however, especially as the three of you walk in from the western portal. Do we want to place us? In your walking order. Most impressive, especially to a stone worker, a craftsman like MacGowan, are the stone carvings that line the walls, stretching far up into the darkness with that spiral staircase. Huge panoramas, great fields, great stone roads, a pictograph empire, swirling with colorful stone that stands out against that uniform gray that you saw in Kaya's warehouse safe house. These pictograms are muffled, covered by luminous, sickly green vegetation that attempts to obscure these carvings. Jøra, you have point. Where would you like to go?
When we jumped into this place, we jumped in the southern tunnel.
Yes.
Yes, shot in the dark. And thought process-wise, like looking up, does this seem to be under the cube?
I think with your natural sense of like terrain and spatial awareness,
Yeah.
yes.
'Kay.
This is directly under those slabs. You're pretty sure.
Does there appear to be anything on the ceiling in that regard? Like, are all the plants growing up
Yes.
in
So
that, like, fanning out motion?
in this big box sort of antechamber, the vines are specifically coming up from the ground, specifically from the northern gate and the eastern gate, upwards, through, and you would assume, out of the porthole at the top, where you guys were laboring over the puzzle.
Hey. But this does
Thank you.
not seem
Sorry,
like...
I didn't mean that to be...
I know. It was just funny.
I did not mean that to be so judgmental.
It was the word laboring.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it was like... Oh, cool. That's what we're doing. Awesome. Cool. And the actual layout of the space is the same kind of stone?
Yes.
Do I see any of those like metal bands?
Metal bands?
Yeah.
Investigation check.
Okay. Ooh.
Can I assist with that?
Yes.
Wait, are you looking for the copper?
I'm not looking for the copper. I'm looking for something that Jøra has noticed before.
Can I look for the copper after this?
That's a 16.
With advantage?
Uh-huh.
It is difficult to see anything quite like that thing that as you went down the shaft.
She also didn't get a good look at it, right? It was probably a spark of metal hitting metal.
In that moment, that brief moment of all senses firing, you have a very clear snapshot of that band of marble-like moonstone, that silvery, banded with iron. And as you look up, you don't see the moonstone, but you can see the beginning in this extremely tall environment, the beginning of that band of iron.
Band. Okay. It's almost like if I was privy for another conversation, I could say things. So in this room, not to make you re-go over everything that you just mentioned in this room.
Big empty chamber, not empty, but like filled with life and plant life, all of it seeming to keep to the walls, and there's underbrush within. I think it would be difficult terrain just because of how thickly ecologically forested this is right now. It's actually a kind of unnerving own biosystem.
Yeah, we're in Jumanji.
But it feels as though the vein continues further to the north past this place,
North
yes?
and east. So, now that you've walked away from the node, you do not feel the ley line of force. You are operating off of the directional. But with your assisting Jøra and looking around in this new space, you see another plinth directly to the north of this massive spiral staircase, looking down on those shallow steps that lead to a gated arch. An arch that is completely stuffed full of plant material. This great stone arch in the wall is completely choked and shut with large tentacular growths of vegetation.
Ooh, tentacular, daddy! Ooh, daddy! Ooh!
Tentacular!
Bark and wood and plant flesh, great cords of knotted vines and tangled moss completely bar this oversized door. This was where, Kaya said, her leader had been exploring when everything went down. On either side of this gate, 2 more stone statues. The left one is shattered, broken at the knees by the cruel growth of a hardwood tree. The right one is whole, but completely engulfed from the left by spiderwebbing vines, overgrowth from the tangled archway. This is what you notice as you notice that plinth that stands directly between this clogged gate and the spiral staircase. Najma, you said you wanted to investigate the room?
I just wanted to look for that wire that she needed.
Great. Give me a perception check, please, as you cast your eyes around this tangled and luscious lifescape.
Also, point of order, I'll just say that I do have my, stony AC business and also stony just on Najma.
Oh, yeah. You're popping.
Yeah. Only a 5. I think I'm, too distracted.
As you begin to fan out around and we sort of space out into this room as there are no direct threats, a clump of mossy loam sits up directly in front of you.
Oh.
And 2 dead eyes fix you directly. Roll initiative.
Oh, I hate it. That was a great segue, Joe.
Oh.
I think for the moment, just Najma and this thing.
He's thirsty.
I have to punch some trees real quick.
Punch him? I assume there's more than the one.
Probably.
Joe loves his mobs.
How many coyotes?
22.
Ooh. Yeah, you go first as this thing just at the hips. It looks like a humanoid, perhaps one of the workers, conscripts of this archaeological dig site, sits up, covered in moss and loam, and fixes you directly, and his mouth hangs open. Your turn.
Okay, so it's not attacking me, it's just looking at me.
It's reaching out and looking at as its mouth opens up.
Okay, I kind of hate it. I think I'm just going to try to hit it twice.
Go ahead and roll those attacks.
I think...
Do so with confidence.
Okay, 16 and a 19,
hit,
plus
hit.
some stuff. Okay, great. An 8 and a 6, and I'm going to hit it one more time.
Bop, bop, bop.
13?
That is going to hit.
Yeah. 7.
What are the 3 physical moves you do? Is it like punch, 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 elbow, kick?
It's reaching out with mossy arms. Mm-hmm. I think I want to grab him and then yank it to headbutt it the first time, let go of the arms, and then just do a right hook and then an undercut.
Boom!
Boom.
You
Check out.
bring this thing's skull up, and it actually crumples somewhat under the force of your hit.
Ugh.
This is not just bone and human anymore. This is beginning to change. And as that front part caves in, you bring around that right and that left, and as each one connects, he says...
Oh.
And then the head is off, and the thing is dead. Thumping to the ground.
I just killed a moss thing?
Hey!
It was faster than anybody could even focus on. Up, pa pa pa.
It was too fast for you.
Are others getting up?
No.
But it did say he says, but who?
I'm gonna go over and look at this body, like try to pull some of the plants and things off of it to see if this is anybody like Gaia was speaking of.
Medicine check.
Hot 9.
An otherwise naked body in a workman's pants with a belt and a hammer around the loop.
Okay, cool. So there's not like the whole crescent moon thing or
No.
anything like that. Got it. That was the main thing. I was trying to figure out because it was over on toward the east, right?
This was directly in front of the staircase, so you guys haven't quite gone to the east part of this.
Got it.
Where would you like to go? There's the south, where you can assume, according to Kaya's scribblings, leads to the docks where you first encountered each other. There's the east, where she thought there might be some activity. And there's the north, which is, at the moment, blocked off by these massive tree trunk-like vines.
Jøra is standing and waiting at the north.
First of all, can I see with the gate here, does it seem as though it's like a double doors open situation, a single door, or maybe like one sliding door? Like what is the deal?
There's no door.
There
It
is
is
no
a
door.
single archway, perhaps even to another hall.
Gotcha.
Hall, but it is itself completely choked. And now that you are, I would say, approaching it,
Yes.
you can see leading from the eastern along the vines that crawl along the walls and the floors are several smaller, several bigger, all of them slightly luminous, of this blue-green kind of material underneath the surface of the vines. It is a spider-webbed out capillary of some sort of blue, white, green thing leading from the eastern corridors. These intersect with the plugged-up door to the north, and presumably move beyond it.
Interesting. MacGowan just takes a look over toward the east and he says, well, that's supposedly where she said the spores were coming from, but I do believe that we should continue this way. So, if I may, and he gestures to the plinth. He goes over and stands on the plinth and, once again, do I feel this same sort of energy?
You have this connection.
Yes.
This one not only links to the previous plinth, the one in the warehouses, this one appears to literally connect to these two statues. On one of these is the sort of broken limb feeling of that connection to the statue on the left with its shattered knees. It almost feels bad to you, even though it isn't your limb. And to the right, there is the statue.
Is the other statue that is currently covered in other vines and things, does it have any sort of like weapon that it is holding?
Ceremonial spears.
Great. Well, be prepared. We'll see if this works. And he's going to attempt to animate this stone statue in a way that it rips and tears and cuts away the vines and limbs and things.
You may control this stone golem.
Let's go!
You can either sacrifice all of your actions as MacGowan in order to control it, or you may give it a one-word command that it will attempt to perform to the best of its ability. However, this one has a speed of 0. It is restrained and it cannot break free. Because as you begin to animate it and fill it with your own sort of intention, this stone golem strains. You see the awful spider webbing vines around it beginning to flex, but they hold it fast. It is restrained.
I think we'll just start off with attempting to say, break free. Jonah here to say thank you for listening to this episode of Bound. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our amazing partner, Dice Envy. This week, check out the Pact of the Bells dice set.
The holiday spirit is a powerful but merciful patron. In exchange for spreading cheer and glad tidings amidst the chaos of the world, you are granted passive jolly buffs to deck the party and at-will use of the catapult spell if you need to hit opponents with a Jingle Bell Rock. Good luck, you festive warlocks! Ho 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 ho!
If you're looking to add to your dice hoard, you can get 10% off of your purchase at Dice Envy by going to diceenvy.com/questco or by using the promo code QuestCo at checkout. That's QUESTCO for 10% off of your entire order. If you're a fan of the Quest Company, please do us a favor and go over to our page on the Apple Podcasts app or wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It's a big ol' help to us, and we read all the reviews that come in, and getting more of those is a big ol' boost to our visibility. And if you really love what we do here at the Quest Company and you would like to take that next step in supporting us, please consider becoming a Patreon subscriber. For as little as $2 a month, you can help us with necessary expenses, help us continue to improve the quality of the show, and get access to exclusive content and patron rewards. If you'd like to give us that support, you could do so at patreon.com/questcompanypodcast. You can find the link to the Patreon on our website, questcompanypodcast.com. If you'd like to contact us, you could do so directly through our website or by finding us on Instagram and Twitter at The Quest Company. You can also come hang out with us in our Discord. If you need links to any of those things, check out our website. It's all there. We know that word of mouth is the best way to get people listening to a new podcast, and that is especially true for independent shows like ours. We don't do paid ads or anything like that anywhere, so please, if you enjoy our show, let other people know. Tell your friends. Tell all of your friends. We would love to see you posting about the podcast using hashtag #TheQuestCompany, and if you have fan art of the podcast that you'd like to share, just make sure when you post it to tag us so that we can see it. Tagging us is going to be the best way to make sure we see what you're posting and the best way to guide folks directly to us. I'd like to thank Joe Leitess for running the game and editing this episode, along with the artist whose music is featured in it. Thank you to Aakash Gandhi for the song Eyes of Glory. Thank you to Daniel Birch for the songs Environmental Disaster Zone, Indigo Moon, and Trees in the Wind. Thank you to Dan Bodan for the song Gaia and Fog. Thank you to Dark Fantasy Studios for the songs Home and Ancient Gods. Thank you to ELPHNT for the song Subterranean Howl. Thank you to Underbelly and Ty Mayer for Medieval Astrology. And thank you to Visceria for the song Seething. Ambient sound by tabletopaudio.com. Additional sound design by Slappy and the YouTube Audio Library. That's all for me, so let's get back to the action. Thank you for joining us here at the Quest Company.
You say this, and rippling out. Rimpling out.
Rimpling.
There's
I'm
that-
Rumpelstiltskin.
Though the line of force is only something that you feel, the dried leaves that are on the floor between you and the statue, whoosh, as though a wind blasted that way. And the thing tries to. It cannot. Najma and Jøra, this statue is trying to obey MacGowan's commands. What do?
Do I notice the webbing of vines coming from the east to this gate?
Yes, you had that killer perception and
Okay.
the good investigation previously. I think Jøra understands that there is not a direct visible threat at this moment and is instead scanning for information. So
Yeah.
yes, it makes a lot of sense to me that you would see that there is that sort of different pale cast of
There's a
vine
different color to it, and
bleeding.
it's bleeding into what is blocking that gate.
Yes. And furthermore, on the eastern side, you can see a direct area from whence some of these vines come. They are coming up between cracks of slabs. They're so multivariate. There's so many of them, but all of them seem to be breaking through in some way of the actual stone of this place.
She's going to start moving towards the east, just in case anything comes from that way, because that way is unblocked, correct?
It is.
Yeah. So she's going to start making her way that direction and then just keeping an eye on what this golem is going to do.
Can I go up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay.
You begin to ascend the stairs, and these are very carpeted, almost, with moss and loam. And the vines actually begin to fall, water falling down as they are crawling back up. And you can see, if you wait for a moment, that the vines are literally crawling up. They're spreading upwards across this staircase. From here, you have a greater perspective of all of these different quadrants of this large room, including MacGowan focusing and trying to bring this golem into some amount of movement.
He's going to go over with his axe and just beginning to try to carve through those vines. I think just green flame blade just cut through very delicately and trying not to, hurt the statue or anything, but to free up its arms so that it can then rip and tear for itself.
Give me an athletics check, because it's very large. It's high up.
Yeah.
So you're doing some delicate sort of incisions, hoping to just reduce its bonds somewhat.
I'll give myself a little boost, a little high chair.
I love that. Boing.
High chair.
It's a 14 athletics.
Yeah, I think you begin to singe and burn these vines.
Yeah,
and
surgically.
There is a sound from within the vines themselves, as though they are protesting this process of freeing this golem. Najma, from your perspective, you also see, as Jøra begins to walk towards the east, glints, metal, lying in the tangle and the brush below. So there's this set of closed double doors to which Jøra is walking to the east. And then on the ground, thrown around in an absolute disarray, probably from something that you saw when the tent erupted and things were growing up through the bottom of the tent underneath beds and such, you see equipment. You see bags and some metal. You see what's clearly a frying pan and a couple small chests that have just been strewn at the base of this staircase to the east.
Guess I'll go look through that. Big lady. I shout down at her.
It echoes.
Should I not go forward? You want to go towards the sun?
Go where you wish.
You head to the utensils.
Yeah.
The golem is in the process of being freed.
Yep.
You arrive at the double doors, Jøra.
So it is double doors to the east?
Double doors.
Okay, cool.
It's not blocked by plant life as it is to the north.
Right, but it appears like
Stone doors.
over near the doors is where these vines have grown out from.
In some sense, yes, but they are not specifically blocking these doors. They are coming from that
direction,
wall.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Through
yeah.
cracks and crannies
And they
in
get
the
thicker
wall.
and thicker the more you go towards the east.
Yes.
Yeah.
They are coming from the east.
Your waits, and it is killing her, but she waits.
The statue breaks free. You are on the plinth. It has its ceremonial spear in hand. What do you do?
Is it able to move at this point?
You can control its movement or give it a one-word command.
Great. He's going to tell it to move to the large gate to the north and to tear.
What is the one word that you use?
Slam, I guess, would be if it's going to be one of these guys here.
Fucking slam,
And
bitch.
welcome to the jam.
Beautifully motored. Somehow these stone statues have such a grace to them despite being inert and mindless groups of stone. You feel them. There is no anything in them. But when you give them such a command as slam, it raises up fluidly, all of its joints locking into place. Like the Vitruvian man, it walks perfectly towards this clogged gateway. I would say 12 and a half feet tall, and just begins to slam with the butt of its spear and its fist against a piece of hardwood, which begins slowly to splinter. It does it in the exact same rhythm, constantly. Boom, boom, boom. Investigation check if you're checking out that camp.
Oh, natural 20.
Much the same as in the world above, this was a camp that was completely strewn by whatever happened here. You find a component pouch.
Ooh.
filled with gizmos and gobbledygook that these wizards appear to need. You even see a bit of grasshopper leg, which reminds you of the Hobbit man. You find 40 gold and a long spool of fine copper wire. And with your natural 20, several torches.
Nice.
I found fire. Just yell.
You yell at Jøra's back, who beats. I don't know.
No, I just yell it out. I think I'm going to take out the copper and the gold, and I toss the rest to MacGowan. MacGowan!
Catch it as I'm standing on this plinth.
This looks like things I don't need.
As your attention is taken away from the statue, it continues to slam.
And jam. Yeah, looking at it, is there anything that I would be able to tell? I mean, obviously, MacGowan's experience with the magical and arcane is very rough. But anything that he would recognize outside of obviously the copper, which was requested.
I took the copper. You don't have the copper.
Oh,
Arcana check.
Trying to steal.
the royal we.
I've got the fire, bitch, and some copper and some money.
11.
As I frantically Google spell components.
Oh, these look like they do some shit.
Jøra's waiting to kill.
That's why
Oh,
I
it's
gave
not
it.
that. It's not that. There's a clock in Jøra's head. She's very aware of it. Point of order, question for you, Joe.
Yes.
Because Jøra's been tracking this sickness, MacGowan seems completely better.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
He is mentally better. He
Correct.
is physically fucking ragged, right?
There is a clock. And Jøra is very aware of it.
But I'm getting us a minion to help us fight Big Bad Thing.
I'm just waiting till one of you
Correct,
tells me
but we're also in Legend of Zelda Jabu Jabu, which means we gotta go to the east to kill the shit to unlock the way to the north. I know this shit. I'm with Joe. I'm here for it. Golem's gonna stand there for 4 hours to get the job done.
God damn it. Fuck you. What? No, not fuck you. I love you. I love you because you know exactly.
I'm here.
You know
I'm
how.
here. Jøra is. This is
Yeah.
the element, and it's
You know how my brain works.
There
and
is no time.
I love you.
We're going.
See,
I'm
and I
about
think-
to crack open this door, and if 1,000 things run in here, I just don't care anymore.
That's hilarious. I think that in that same order, though, that's part of why MacGowan is this is the way, so just bust straight through forward.
I'm here for
Yeah.
it. Jøra is like,
Looking at the door,
I don't want to kill you.
it's slightly ajar. MacGowan, a drop of some sort of quicksilver type. You remember mercury and other reagents in a little bottle. Several other bottles of various dusts and powders. A pork rind. Some small feathers. A small amount of alcohol. I think it's just cheap. It smells very, very, very high proof. A small square of silk and a bit of tallow.
The hell is this shit?
Wizards, baby. The door is ajar, slightly.
The door's ajar. The door's ajar.
The door is ajar. The
Is
jar
it a
is door.
circle?
The jar is a door.
It is a door. It's two big stone double doors. And it is now that you are here before it and examining what might be on the other side, you see that it is very slightly cracked open.
Yeah, she's going to slightly open it a little bit more and just try and look through it.
You can't. Kung. You push it slightly more open, it gets stuck by something. Chung.
Can it come towards? Can it pull?
You pull
Is
it
it a
all the
pull
way
door?
closed,
Yeah,
and it's closed.
it's closed. Okay. Just looking through the gap as much as I can. Is there debris?
Perception check.
Yeah, you know it. I'll make
It's a
it.
golem.
Why are you doing that? Mott,
Yes.
can you inhabit this thing?
That?
Hey.
No. It is a blasphemy. No. MacGowan, no. It is not my portfolio.
Hey, I was not sure.
No, MacGowan, I am in the falling leaf. No. No, I am in the fish gasping on the dock. No, MacGowan, no, I could not.
I apologize.
It is all right.
I did not know if perhaps the ability to take some sort of physical form would help you contribute or do what have you.
Oh. I am sorry, no.
That is all right. I can control it. I can tell it what to do. I did not
Yes.
know if it would help you.
You are strong. You are an heir of the counselorship.
I'm a bastard.
That is a blasphemy. And they float after
Can
you.
Najma see it?
Ma'at? Yes. Ma'at is just that silver blue cloak with the shadows inside and those two eyes.
I
I will
them.
say there is a very placid, almost calming way that it bobs up and down as it floats along.
What does that make me think of? I don't know. Home for Imaginary Friends, the ghost I can't
Yeah.
think of.
Oh.
Blue? Is that his name?
Blue.
Blue, yeah.
Yeah.
Blue
That's what I
regard
picture in my
Kazoo.
head. Sorry.
It's just like Blue Regard Kikazoo.
Hey, here's the thing. My aunt is just Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary
I'm
Friends.
here for it.
Guess that makes me Mac, baby.
It's true. MacGowan. Fuck. You're
that.
Stretch, the cool basketball one.
In your
Wilt?
heart.
Wilt.
Who would I be?
Yours definitely
Nope.
not Wilt.
No,
She's
not
definitely not
Eduardo.
Eduardo. Yours from like an
Kaya
anime.
is Frankie because she is my waifu.
Yours that. Yours
the big
from
boy.
Yeah.
Yours from Berserk, the anime from the '90s, and she just got stuck in this.
Wait, who would Najma be?
Coco?
No,
Not Coco.
trying to
Fuck
remember
you.
There were a bunch of cool ones.
Oh my God.
I'll
I feel
Google
like
it.
no. I feel
Keep
like
going.
I feel like Najma would be Wilt because she's the most likely to get her own solo spin-off.
That's fair.
She
That's
is
fair.
also, there is that sort of feeling, that
Vibing
vibe
with
to
the
Wilt.
universe.
Vibing, yeah.
Yeah.
Wilt
A
is
vibe to
vibing.
Wilt.
17 on perception.
Oh, that's right. That's what you were doing.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yours on a time limit. Andrew's on a time limit. Jabu jabu.
A mailed boot lies in the shadows on the far side of this door, maybe 10 or 15 feet away. And as you push it open and it gets stuck against something again, the light from outside mingles with the light from inside. It is orange. And not only that, on the right is it orange. On the left, this dim sort of chamber is lit with a blue-green kind of tinge. And you know what is blocking the door. At sternum height, there is just a bit of wood right across the door. And every time you push against it, this somewhat thin, smooth, not particularly strong-looking piece of wood holds the door shut.
Can I look back in the room? How is the golem doing with his job?
It's bull.
It is literally trying to hammer through hardwood, and it's not really getting anywhere as quickly as that you can see from here.
Is the gap big enough that I could fit through it?
Najma walks up to your shoulder. No,
Okay.
it is half an inch, but now you can see, Najma, into that area. This dim chamber that is lit only from some strange orange light, the trickle of light here, and the blue light on the left.
The moon.
As you see Jøra looking through, you see in the shadows this mailed boot.
Oh! I forgot
Yes.
you weren't there, sorry. That is Kaya's friend in
Yes.
there. Oh, you know.
Hey, stop that.
I cannot fit. I think it is too small for me.
I am going this way, and I'm going to use a full strength check to just smash this thing open as best as I can.
Are you on the plinth?
I think that he tried it off the plinth to
It
see
did
if-
not work,
Okay, as he stands on the plinth, he says, stop that then.
and it stops in mid-chunk. Give me a strength check, please.
Just strength or athletics?
Athletics, please.
Okay. That's a 20.
It does not move.
Cool.
And you know for sure that it is this thing, this little piece of wood, barring the way. You've pushed open the door such enough that you can peek inside and see whatever it is, but it will go no further. There's just this thing blocking it.
But it's not wide enough that I could fit an axe between the crack and bring it down on the thing.
No,
Right.
only for eyesight.
Do you need assistance?
Yes, break the door.
I think maybe the wood might be like you and be magical.
We'll find out. Go. Slam.
I'm going to need your golem to make either an athletics check or a strength check.
Okay.
Can I aid it?
Yes, both of you working together to try to push open the doors.
Also, who's bigger, me or this golem?
This golem is almost 12 and a half feet tall.
Okay, he's bigger.
What's the chance of me meditating while they're just trying to break this door?
Think
What if I just go to the astral plane and I'll come back?
it's 30 minutes?
No, he's not going to wait that long. That's
I
fine.
think we decided it was a 30-minute.
Yeah.
He'll be dead if we do.
I know, so I just won't do it.
Is it 17?
For some reason, this perfect machine, as I have outlined it, does nothing. It's not able to either push in such a way that moves this thing or jiggles it loose or whatever it is on the other side, and it certainly doesn't break through the door itself.
And is the door itself stone?
The door itself is stone.
I flick it open.
Give me an athletics check, but you get to add your charisma, because you're using mold earth.
Natural 1. Oh, it's an innie, not an outie. Get it.
It's an outie.
It's an outie.
And it's stuck shut.
Can I? No.
Probably.
Can I use my whip and try to pull the boot closer to the door?
Fascinating. Oh, I think it's
It's
literally
too narrow.
just enough to peek through.
Yeah. Can I take the copper wire and try to like zap the wood?
You take the copper wire and poke the wood.
Anything?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna put it back.
The bane of all Dungeons and Dragons parties. Doors.
Jøra is going to watch Najma like poking it with the copper wire. Let me just think back. That's an interesting point of order. I don't think Jøra's ever seen it. Never mind.
Is our forward progress impeded?
Yes.
We're just trying to figure out how to open up this door.
This door?
Hey,
Yes.
Ma'at passes through the door.
Oh, duh.
This door?
can you move that piece of wood, Matt?
Let's see.
What's it look like on the other side?
It's very dark. There's a dead man here. I remember when he died.
Of course.
What do you mean you remember when he died?
I remember when he died.
Can
I
you
am
specify?
I am present at the falling of the leaf. I am present when the cow is slaughtered. I am present.
Do you know who this is? Do you remember his name?
No. Shall I try to...
Can you open the door?
There is a spear. There is a weapon of war. It is holding the door shut.
Is it through handles?
No.
How does it hold it shut?
Your world is not knowable to me in such specific practical terms, but it is hanging. It is in the air.
Mott, can you move it?
We'll find out.
Information is pointless. Do!
No. There is a button.
A button on the road.
Yes.
Press it.
I will try again. No. I am trying to press the button.
I want to go over to the stone door
Yes.
and try to. What side is the button on?
what to do!
It's okay. This is what it is, man.
I want to know. Am I dumb?
No. Everybody here is such a brilliant D&D player. I love that this door is confounding
Step on
us.
the rock. Step on the...
confounding.
Now I'm feeling dumb. Step on the rock.
You're not dumb.
Can I move? Can I make a hole in the door? I say, just rip a hole open in the door so I can reach around and press this button.
Oh!
MacGowan
Hold on!
prepares.
No!
What? What?
You are being no. And I just am gonna vanish in shadow step.
Now I've seen you do it! Huzzah!
I'm learning.
No, you're fine.
I was like, wait. I didn't realize.
I didn't know if you knew that you could without key.
I didn't think I could, and I
Right.
also didn't think it was dark enough for me to do it.
You're so good.
Sorry.
Am I in the room now? Goodbye, and I
I was
just
this
run.
close from burning a rage, so don't laugh too much.
You are being no.
Sorry.
Oh my
I was like,
God.
wait. That made me feel really stupid. I'm
so sorry. I didn't know.
No. It's because I don't know yet how
Yeah,
to work
it's a
it.
monk. It's there's so
You
much.
jumped into one of the hardest classes at a like jumping level.
Fucking immovable
Okay,
rod.
I jump.
Said spear, and I got real curious. I was like,
What is your passive perception,
I'm gonna
Najma?
die. You threw me in. 17.
did nothing of the sort. You did it.
Because you were about to freaking blow a gasket. Your
Hold
neck
up.
was pumping.
Whoa.
Wait, no, hold up. Hold up, because this is cool as fuck.
Oh, okay.
This is cool as fuck. Najma, you step inside the door, maybe feeling slightly foolish. I don't want to put that on your character, but
can.
like, oh, of course, like, great.
Yep.
There is a dead body at your feet, mailed and with a black tabard across it with the silver moon insignia. You turn and look back at the door with the light streaming lightly through, and you do see, in fact, both Ma'at and the spear. And then a vine loops down from the ceiling and begins to constrict your neck. Except you don't, because you instantly, like a badass, swim move out of it. Because at that exact moment, this vine, and you evade it. Tell me.
I think seeing it, was there like a mark on it?
Yes,
I think
the
I
body.
saw that and then like took a minute to be like, where'd that come from? And maybe like, and looked up and then just like dodged out of the way.
As this vine curls and gurbles and goes right back up into the ceiling.
You're taking a shit in there?
Watch out, Ma'at says 10 seconds too late.
I love Mott.
I love them.
You probably would not have made it if not for me.
The spear. Do you see? I was not lying.
No, you just did not know.
And I
try to
can't
pat it on the back.
Press the button.
It goes through. Yeah.
I can't touch.
It is okay. I'll do for you. And I push it.
Ding, clank. And the spear falls to the ground, and the door is pushed open.
But when you come in, there will try to kill you, the rope.
All right, then.
What do you mean by this?
The vine will come and try to grip you and pull you to stars.
Where
Look
is it?
out. Above you. Above me, really. Can I look down? Was there any kind of thing I, stepped on that made it do that?
No.
It just does that.
There's the standard sort of moss that is creeping across, and now that you look up, it is a higher sort of ceiling, and it is lost in the murk above. This man, however, Argus, according to Kaya, did not escape it.
Can I pull his body into the central room?
You do, and now all of you are in that central room. Does anybody bring the spear as well?
Grab that spear for
I
sure.
don't give a shit about it.
A simple, well-made pike that functions in the way that you'd expect. The metal head is blackened iron. The haft is a dark, sanded wood. There are 2 buttons on the haft.
Excellent. The bottom button is broken.
I'm going to look at this body really quickly. I'm not looking for, treasure. I'm looking for,
You find the scroll bag. This must be Argus, the scroll keeper, who died horribly, strangled and constricted. Although you can see he did not die in the normal way that you have seen from of these puppets. He was not puppeted. This is just a man who has been constricted and killed. In addition to this spear, he had a very simple set of traveling and adventuring equipment, a dungeoneer's kit, and a long tube, a leather case that when you open it is filled with scrolls.
I'm just going to take... I don't care about the dungeoneering kit. The spear has gone to MacGowan, right? I'm just taking the scroll case and, anything that seems like it is stuff that...
Wizards can use.
That Kaya wanted, right? Because she was like, I can send messages.
There's a small component pouch also on his hip.
That was what it was.
Yes.
The component pouch and the scrolls. I'm going to hand it to Najma. You are the fastest. I did not know you had that gift. If we fall, get this to Kaya. And I just hand it to her.
We will find who you want. But just know that the Scorpio stings, and he will leave you. Think about that.
Jøra starts walking down the hallway.
And MacGowan's like, oh, dope spear.
Fuck
waiting for
Apparently
this
this fucking
scorpion to
thing's called
sting him.
Archimedes. That's dope as hell. Oh, damn.
Oh, Brooke, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel...
No, it's okay.
It was me. I didn't mean to make you feel stupid.
It's okay. You didn't mean to.
I got stuck because I was like, oh, Jøra could be like, I could help with it. And then I was like, but I can't.
Because you don't know.
Because I don't know that you can do that.
She doesn't know she can do it. So I thought it
I
was
just
like...
didn't know if you didn't know that you could do it because
Key points.
earlier you had thought that you had to spend key points to do it.
Yeah. Now I know.
The awful leprechaun is dead. He got shot in the eye.
Yep.
And
He said his name and I forgot.
Marek.
Marek.
Maybe his name.
I'm pretty sure.
If it's
Probably
Marek,
his
don't kill
name.
him.
Yes.
If it's Marek, don't kill him.
Yep.
Was probably Mark, and we killed him.
We?
Let's find out.
You were busy. You contributed.
I didn't contribute.
I ended it, though.
Actively trying not to kill him.
I said.
Killed him. It's okay.
I did
Just
kill him.
own
Acting
it.
out of fear.
Just own it. That's okay.
Way to mansplain that
don't
I
give two
killed him because
shits.
I'm a woman,
I
Jonah.
don't kill it. I don't care.
Yeah,
I
you
don't care
killed
that
him
he's
with your
dead. Just don't say we killed him. Huge difference.
I said fuck him, and I killed him.
Yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
Awesome. Cool. Don't care.
I'm actively looking very bad.
Yeah.
But Jøra doesn't know this. Somebody has some items.
Inventory?
I won't say anything more.
Oh, those. I've been too afraid to think of healing potions.
Shut up. You forgot them. It's fine.
100% did.
Don't say we killed someone and don't say I didn't forget it. It's fine.
Villagers' energy.
I love.
It's not villagers' energy.
It's
It's
not.
going away real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I am sitting at that hot max of 38 rather than
Yeah.
55, though.
Yeah, but 38's much better than 24.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got 3 greater. Okay.
We don't. You do.
Had I not told you guys about those? Like,
No,
oh,
we've never had the chance to talk about
Right,
that
well,
at any
That
point.
is true. We have not had the
No,
opportunity.
no. You found them in another room while Najma was meditating and I was watching a field.
And then everything.
And then everything
fucked.
just went to shit
Needs
and has
must.
not stopped going to shit since, unless you count 2 minutes when you thought you were going to get tea.
Yeah. Poor MacGowan.
Literally like 2 minutes before Arn decided to be like, I know we could rest here, but let me fuck this little thing up.
Yeah, we could, but
This is looking like a safe rest place.
Let's
it
ruin
looks like
that.
a short rest could happen here.
In this pseudo horror story.
So what if it didn't? What if it didn't happen?
We're
Yeah.
a lost expedition to the Arctic. That's what we are right now.
Thank you,
I know
Andrew.
Joe's world.
Thank you, Andrew.
Fuck
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you, Andrew.
We're gonna wait to see
Thank
who
you.
starts eating each other first. When we get back to
Well,
that ship, which kid did they cook? How Conan's
You think-
Joe gonna go?
You think I'm gonna go that hard?
No, I don't think he would go that hard. in
Oh,
the paint.
so I'm okay. So you don't think I would?
So
go
he
that hard.
thinks you're a little.
Okay,
no, I
Think
think
I'm
you know
chimpy.
I think you know the audience,
dude.
and I think if you went that hard in the paint, people would be like, "Oh my god!"
well, when I would be like, oh my god.
all the coverage you
who would have
need.
thought? Who would have thought that cover was going to be a violent listen? With all the blood and chains and rust.
Right? Yeah.
Called
Yeah.
Pound. It was either really horny or really violent.
Well,
No,
we
Jonah-
know what our
Jonah
horny
steered away.
property
I
is.
know.
Jonah steered away from the S&M.
I know. I remember those conversations.
That's also true.
No,
Yes,
there was whips and
I
chains.
had a completely different character concept at the beginning.
Oh, you dirty old man.
My name is Long Dong von Hugenrod, and this is Muscles and Explosions too.
All right,
God.
we're doing it.
We're not
We're not.
ever. I quit.
My name's Dick Peters.
You cut your thingy.
No, on what?
My name's Dick
I was
Peepers.
pulling on it.
My name's Penis.
I'm Penis O'Malley.
O'Malley the alley cat.
One sock.
Yeah, I'm Vangrod von Schlonkenstein.
And I'm Penis.
We ready?
No, God no.
We're not ready now.
Dr. Schlongenstein, it's alive!
It's just a giant penis, and it's played by Dutch the Hot Steel Macho. Oh, it's me, Frankenpenis.
Frankenstein's
Which is an actual porn.
Frankenstein's monster cock.
Starring the dude that got his cock bitten off by what's her name?
Oh, yeah.
Because
In teeth?
No.
Oh.
What's the lady's name that famously bit the dude's
Oh, the
dick
famous,
off?
not the one that just bit, but that
Oh,
famously bit
wait,
the dude's
that
dick off.
Charlize
Famously-
Theron played?
Maybe, I don't know. She
Monster?
bit it. She bit this dude's
like a
penis
Florida
off.
serial
and
killer
then,
woman.
Eileen Wuornos?
Yeah.
No, it
Oh.
wasn't. It wasn't a serial killer. It was
Wait, no.
it was a husband and wife, and they were like
Now, I remember being like 10 and hearing about this in a Captain D's.
having sex, and she bit his penis off.
That was so
and-
Why?
Because they were like not doing well, and she was very angry with him, so she bit his penis off, and then got in her car and drove away
And yeet.
and then threw his penis in a field. And the cops found his penis in time and they reattached it. And then he went on to do porn called Frankenpenis.
Tonight on Master Penis Theater.
I think we should have.
This is real. I'm not making this up. This isn't Villagers.
Stories.
Just tack this on the back.
Did he want to do porn?
I'm not putting this on the end of bound.
Put it on there. Did he want to do porn?
I think
Hold on,
they
Joe.
offered.
It was always his dream.
He was probably
I
a
have
shitty
three
dude,
questions.
too.
I have 3 questions. 1, did he want to do it? The porn movie.
Probably. They
2,
didn't tie him down
Did
until
they
he
I
was
don't
see
think he was
his
coerced.
penis and they were like, "This is a great porn film"? Or
Well,
was
I mean,
he
it's
just
about the
like,
story of the penis.
The-
Did they
the
approach
penis-
him?
Yeah, did
or
they
did he
approach
see
him?
them?
I'm pretty sure they approached him because his penis was reattached and survived. And so,
4,
like, it had a
question 3.
scar
It's got that star
all the way
quality.
around it.
Can your scars ever like reopen? Like if he was going too hard in the paint, would it like?
I'm sure
off
he
again?
spent enough time to heal, but if you didn't, then probably.
Then absolutely.
I have a lot of thoughts about this.
But once it reattaches,
4, would
no.
it be more pleasurable because it's kind of like
Ribbed
ribs
for her
now?
pleasure.
That's my question. Like, in the film, was she like, "Oh, it's so ribby"? And he was like, "It's
I
just
don't know. I
broken."
haven't seen it. I just know.
Well,
Let's
then if
watch
that's
it.
the case, just,
For our
into
anniversary
sections
tomorrow,
like a
I
cucumber
wanna
and then
watch it.
reattach and then the full thing.
You know what I think we should do for Halloween instead? I think we should make Sarah watch Teeth and just film her reaction.
Oh, God.
I don't want to watch Teeth. Is the problem?
It's so good though.
No, it's not. It's not. That's why you want people to watch it. It's the same as 90 Day
hilarious.
Fiance. It's not good. You just want to torture others.
It's mainly the men of the room. It's not really for me and Sarah because we don't have peenies that can get munched by your vagina teeth. But
Pinoisie.
Joe, have you seen Teeth?
I have at a theater sleepover.
Of
and,
course.
that's where I saw it. See,
You
guys
Fucking
met?
Kinks. I don't think so.
Yeah, it was at your house.
Oh,
and
yeah,
you
in Florida.
Scared us all. And, I was never the same.
Did you like when?
I didn't.
Is this the energy you wanted going into Bound, Joe?
That's okay.
sorry.
Hey, whatever it is, that's what it is.
This is what it is.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Didn't
No mistake.
No mistake.
It means teeth.
Yeah.
It's the best part of the film.
Oh, my God. No, real. I mean, so where we left off, I was digging through some corn.
Banana chips.
Banana chips.
Plantain
Banana chips.
The other yellow meat.
Thank you for saying you were doing it.
I take
Not we were
responsibility.
doing it.
Andrew,
Thank you for
back
the
off.
first person pronoun.
Well, see, what you didn't realize is I was using the royal we previously.
Oh, nice, good. we killed him.
We killed him. As I just
All
did
of
solely
we.
to myself.